In the previous episode of Adventures in Trucking with Indiana Jack.
Okay, we're loaded. This has been the best port experience I've ever had. Very professional, everybody's friendly here. I would come back to this port any day. My only gripe, if I have one, is the scale's closed, so you can't weigh yourself.
Our story continues.
3 in the morning, not 4. Yeah, we got to get up a little early to make our appointment, so we got to be in Phoenix by 11 o'clock. So let's get rolling.
Lordsburg, New Mexico. I felt sorry for that lady. She was, you could tell she was frightened. She had just dealt with a nasty truck driver. You know, I'm always talking about those clerks being rude, or anyone that you deal with in the public being rude. But they have to deal with us being rude. So I'm sure it goes both ways. She was very friendly. I don't know why. If I was mad, I would have a hard time taking it out on a lady like that was so friendly looking. So, just some people are angry. Some truck drivers. And some clerks. We will be next going through the scales in Arizona. Is that a lady on a bike? No, it's a man on a bicycle over there. I don't think you can see him, but it's just an odd thing, 5 o'clock in the morning, seeing somebody on a bicycle on the railroad tracks.
In 1,000 feet, keep to the right of East Motel Drive.
I think that's odd. Maybe not.
In 700 feet, keep to the right of East Motel Drive.
So let's get on the freeway here. We are just about to pass through Picacho Peak, which is kind of where the gauntlet starts of getting into Phoenix. The gauntlet of Arizona Highway Patrol starts about here, where they'll pull you over just to inspect you. That happens quite a bit. So you got to really be having your eyes open and always being alert. It's also the point when you're on 10 where it turns kind of north, where all the dust storms happen, and all the 50 and 100 cars all pile up here because the wind blows across the freeway, and everybody still stays driving 70 miles an hour, and everybody crashes into the back of each other. Well, we're here in Phoenix. And for those of you who have been following this program for quite a while, you know that I always talk about Costco and how good and how fast they are and how organized. And they try to make it a little less stressful for the trucker. So we're going there right now. So we'll get to see if what I've been saying all these years is true, or if I've been fabricating a lie, or I just forgot. I've been to this Costco. But I can't remember if it's just as good as the one in Washington where I'm used to going. But you guys will help be the judge. I used to go to that international paper right there all the time. Costco is straight ahead. I was going to say I've never been here as a reefer, but I don't have a reefer load. So it'll be just like coming here with a dry van. Man, I'm not used to seeing there not be any trucks here. That is a scary sight.
Howdy.
I got some rice for you.
All right. We need rice.
Does that beeping sound good?
What's that?
Is that a good beeping sound?
It's a good beep.
Okay.
Door 70.
Okay. Right over there?
70. Yeah, as you pass this door, you'll see the big white building.
All right.
That first door before we went out 70. Just break
Thanks.
the seals back up and then.
Oh, will they have a,
Is it bolt or wire?
well, it's wire.
No, you want to do that here.
Yeah.
Pass through, I'll cut it for you real quick.
Oh, okay. Thanks. See, they're even going to cut my wire seal off. That's unheard of. You guys remember what door he said? I already forgot. Door 70, I think. No, door 109. 109 or 70. It took them an hour. Man, that's great. Shut the doors and we're out of here. That's the only time you have to get out of your truck, is to open your doors and shut them. Yes, they are still the best. If every delivery was like Costco, truckers would love their jobs. All truckers. All right, let's go to our next stop. We got another pickup here in Phoenix. Now that is cool. That is the beginning of the construction of the freeway that's going around Phoenix. It will be like a real bypass. Not like the one that goes out to Gila Bend, but it will come out on the other side near Ahwatukee. It will just save a lot of traffic going through Phoenix, even if you're going the other way. So, man, I can't wait till they get that finished. What we're loading is these rubber shavings. And then they mix it with glue. And they put them on playgrounds and stuff, so our kids don't get hurt anymore. Children aren't allowed to have bumps and bruises, so everything has to be made of rubber. How many broken arms did you have as a kid? This is a great shipper. They actually were asking me how much I wanted this load to weigh. He said, "Oh no, we'll take a pallet off if it's too heavy. How much do you want it to weigh?" He said. And he had his little calculator there. He says, "Well, we'll take one off and it'll be 38,000 pounds. How's that?" I said, "That's great." I said, "Then I can actually get some fuel." So, don't you wish every shipper was that way? I do. Well, I went ahead and weighed anyway. I got fuel, got DEF fluid. And our weights are okay. We're heavier in the back because he put only one pallet in the nose. But that's okay. We're not overweight, of course. But man, it's a Friday. I thought I'd never get out of here. We're gonna stop in Blythe tonight. not Blythe, but that city called Edinburgh or Edinburgh, whatever it is. The one I've been going to for 10 years and can never remember the name. I really should go to Danny's and get my truck washed. That's right across the street there. But with the 14-hour clock a-ticking, I would lose an hour. This is not going to be easy to get out here, so I'm just going to relax. To the Flying J here at the California-Arizona border, and I'm going to call it a night. And we had a long day. We left at 3, right? And it's what, 5 now. So it's been a long day, and I'm tired. I'm not going to go to sleep right away, but we're not in a hurry in the morning, so I'll just wake up at the normal time and we'll take this load up. I never explained what I'm going to do tomorrow or with this load, and I'll talk about that tomorrow on the way. We're taking it to Northern California, and I'll explain that in the morning. Good night, everybody. Thanks for riding along with me today, and we will get going early in the morning, so get some shut-eye too.
My name is GB, I'm from the Netherlands, and when I'm not trucking myself, I'm watching Indiana Jack, Adventures in Trucking.
We're here in Palm Springs filling up the windshield washing fluid. I will say this one fills up a lot easier than Old Red. The Swede, much better. You could only fill her up, like it would take about a half an hour to put this in Old Red because the neck of it was so small, whereas the Swede, man, you can dump the whole thing in just a matter of seconds. So we got up this morning at the Flying J near Blythe, and now we're at the Flying J in and near Palm Springs, continuing on our trip up to Northern California, putting this in. We're also checking our hoses really good, especially going through the desert. You don't want your hoses breaking. That actually happened to me once. I lost my fan belts in Blythe, and I had to have some new ones brought out to me. Quite an expensive thing. So now no matter what side of the desert I'm on, I always check my fan belts. Let's get out of Palm Springs here Get back on 10. I have no idea what they're building there. I should have asked. But my guess is it's either a garage well, that would have to be it, because they're not going to be moving the pumps up there. There would have to be a lot more digging going on here than that. Dang, it's hard to get out of here now. I might be scraping this car hauler's trailer. Scrape. We're gonna have a very strong headwind now between here and Ontario.
Home of the voted best PM on the interstate. Our highly skilled technicians are ready to perform the oil change service that your truck needs. So stop in, pick your PM package, rapid, premium, or ultimate, and let the pros perform the best PM on the interstate. Only at TA Truck Service.
Well, if you're following along on the map, we made it through Southern California and Costco, where we were this morning. Now we're in Buttonwillow, just taking a quick break here at this TA, which has a whole new look on it. And now we just have another about 150 more miles to go before we stop this afternoon in Patterson. We have arrived in Patterson, California. There is a huge Amazon distribution center here. So they made a brand new Flying J. I don't know if it's a real Flying J. On the map it only shows as a Wendy's, but who knows? When I used to come to this distribution center, there's a street here that has a loop, and I used to park on the street, and it looks like trucks are still parked on the street. All waiting to pick up their Amazon loads. Well, we did 525 miles today. You do less miles in California because the speed limit is 55, so it cuts down about 100 miles, something like that. I picked up at this Amazon once and I had to wait like 24 hours. And in fact, this Flying J was a dirt lot. And that's where I waited part of the time. An old muddy lot. I guess it's a real Flying J. We will see. Yeah, sure enough. I don't see any parking though. Oh yeah, I do. It's a lot nicer than that muddy lot they used to have. Nice Flying J there. I got some soup and a salad. That ought to top off the night. Good morning. Still in Patterson and trying to get going this morning, and we're heading up to Petaluma, California, which is just a little north of where our delivery is tomorrow. I haven't talked much about our delivery tomorrow in Oakland, California. So let's get going to Petaluma, little town in Northern California. As we go over this bridge, let me explain what we're doing. It's always been my dream to watch the Leo Laporte show called This Week in Tech. It's always been my dream to go and watch his radio show be broadcast all around the whole world. And since we're here anyway, I'm taking the time. I'm going to go up there, see the show, and then drop off my load in Oakland tomorrow. So that's what we're doing next. All right, we made it to Petaluma. Now I gotta walk over to the Motel 6. I'm getting a screw out of the way. It's right in the middle of the driveway. I'm gonna walk up to the Motel 6 to make sure I can get in the back. Well, you can see those stupid cars parked in the truck area. So, how dumb is that? I wish I had a sledgehammer. See, cars don't realize, you four-wheelers, that there's only certain places that a truck can get in, and if you're parked there, we're totally screwed. Well, I'm going to go ahead and try to get in one of those spots. and then we can get over to the Leo Laporte show. You see that curb? We're gonna have to run our trailer over that in order to make it in here. So we'll have that curb if I approach from that way, which I'm going to, because I'd rather run over that than deal with this. Maybe not. It's either one or the other. Run over that or that high curb. Something funny is I am freezing right now. We're so close to the ocean that overnight here it gets cold. I need my coat. I can actually see my breath. See, that curb is so high that I don't want it to break. Well, it won't break an axle, but it will hit that slack adjuster maybe. So, just another concern I have. But once I make the commitment to turn, there's no turning back there. Quit whining. I'm just gonna do it and that's it. All right. Even banking this turn is kind of hard. Because of that stupid curb. All right, I'll stop complaining about the curb. Now we got to focus on this. Making our turn in here to Motel 6 and see what kind of plants we're going to mow down. Airlines are going to snap. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Watch this. Our landing gear almost got that. All right. Looks like we cleared. We just got passengers here. Not passengers, but kids we might get. Now we have to watch for trees. Trees are not our friend as a trucker. We need them to breathe, but we don't need them to destroy our trucks. All right. we got blindside backing going on here. A trucker cannot see on his right-hand side. All right, we're good to go now. And because of the neighbors or the people in the rooms, we do want to turn off our truck as soon as possible. Okay, well, we've arrived here in Petaluma to watch the show, and it's about 15 minutes to showtime, so we're going to go in there and grab a seat. So come on in and we'll check it out here at the TWIT TV network. That stands for This Week in Tech. Well, we're actually here in the studio where they shoot it from, so it'll be starting any minute, so buckle your seatbelts and we'll get going.
Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome. Leo Laporte here, the tech guy. Come on in. Come on in. Would you like a cup of coffee, a cup of tea? This is the it'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it, if you could just come in here and have a seat and I'd give you a little warm beverage and we could talk about tech a little bit. Yeah, got phone calls.
Okay.
These phone calls is coming here.
I will fetch you.
Well, hey, how are you today? Leo Laporte here, the tech guy. Time to talk computers, the internet, home theater, digital photography, smartphones, smart watches, and all that jazz. 8888, ask Leo, the phone number.
All right, the show was great. Excellent. Now in the morning, yes, I have a delivery to make in Oakland. So we're going to be getting up bright and early and making our delivery in Oakland, California, of all of that stuff that we picked up in Phoenix the other day. Well, we're brewing some coffee. We're here at our delivery here in Oakland, California, and we'll be making it as soon as they let me pull in. He's unloading all his trucks, or he's loading them up to go make his deliveries. So as soon as they're done, I'll pull in this tiny little dock and we'll get this rubber unloaded here in Oakland. Okay, we're done here, all the way from Phoenix to Leo Laporte and back to Oakland. We're empty. As always, thanks for riding along with me. I'm Indiana Jack, where trucking really is an adventure. We'll see you next time. Thanks for riding along. Good morning. Still in Patterson. Now we're heading up to